Hey everybody out there, and today for you guys, I'm going to be profiling a deck for you guys that has been a work in progress for over a year. And due to the fact of a lot of my friends just giving me the cards over the last year, it's a compilation of them giving me the cards that I'm able to finally build this deck. Now the reason I say that is because when Bella Madonna, Funky Comedian, and some of the other cards came out for Abyss Actors, I didn't own any Abyss Actor cards. And I looked at the new cards and I said, oh, the deck it's got a high scale now in Funky Comedian. It has a way to, pop your own cards. Bella Madonna's not a bad card. It's got a field spell now. Okay, this deck looks like it's coming together a lot better than it was upon its initial release. So after that fact, I decided to pick up the cards. But I didn't have any of them, like I said. So a bunch of my friends just gave me these cards when I would ask for them. And some of the cards I got in trades, just as trade fodder. And over the compilation of about a year until about a month ago when I finally got everything, I was able to finally build a deck. So this entire main deck is something I can say that I've never done before. I didn't pay a single dime for this entire deck. This entire main deck I didn't pay anything for. It's kind of crazy. I've never had that happen since I was a kid when people just gave me cards. And like I said, it took a year, but I did it for you guys. And so thank you to all my friends. They said, when you get these cards, please do a deck profile. So here you go, guys. Let's get into the deck profile. So thank you to all my friends. But yeah, I've been playing this deck for about a month online and for about 2 weeks in person. Off and on throughout the week with some friends of mine. So yeah, it's been fun. But I'm not going to go into all the effects and whatnot because, as you guys know, Pendulum monsters have your pendulum effects and your monster effects. I'm not going to talk about all the card text and what they do. I'll talk about certain cards here or there. So I just want to mention that to you guys because I don't want to take up your time. So 3 Abyss Actor script. He's one of your main boys for the deck. The fact that he adds Abyss scripts from your deck and graveyard and whatnot is pretty nice, neat as well. But he's a staple 3 of in the deck. I will mention his level is important. The thing that is important about his level and with some of these other monsters is because I own a certain card, they have a little bit more importance, which just kind of becomes like a pseudo boss monster in the extra deck for them. And that's Blackluster Soldier of Chaos. Because if you have a level 7 that was used as a link, you get to go into this bad boy, and this bad boy can put in work for you. So, saying that, don't forget about their levels and their importance. Also, I mentioned that Abyss Actors have a lot of low scales, but they've had a problem with high scales until they got their new support about a year ago. So next we run 3 Curtain Raiser as well. This card, if you guys have played Pendulum decks in the last year and a half, 2 years almost now, you guys know what this card does. You guys know why this card is good. I'm just going to move on after saying this, because this was the original deck he was intended for. So yeah, it's kind of cool to play with him. This was the one card that was the hardest card to get, actually, because I have a copy already, but I wanted a second copy just specifically for the deck, and it took me literally like a year to finally get this from some people. So yeah, I had to trade for these cards right here, but yeah, you guys know what this card does. Next up, we run 3 Abyss Actor Bella Madonna, gains attack. It's an amazing card. One of the main key reasons this card is really good is it has your lowest scale that we run in the deck. It's a 0, which pretty much is really neat and really important, but it also has good monster effects as well and a good pendulum effect as well. But yeah, its scale is very important to keep in mind. Next up, we run 3 Wild Hope. He's a little bit versatile card, actually. He can be an attacker. He gets to add Abyss Actors from your deck, when he's destroyed and whatnot. Has a low scale. He's got a bunch of upside. Now, I will say, saying all that stuff, I've seen different people run different ratios of this card. I've seen people run it as a 1 of, a 2 of, and a 3 of. When I was originally building this deck, I was kind of surprised about the ratio of this card. And me personally, after playtesting it, I like Wild Hope as a 3 of in the deck. You can run it differently, it's up to you, but personally I like it as a 3 of at this moment in time. Next up, let's talk about Abyss Actor Extras. This guy's pretty good as well. Sometimes I have to use him for Link Karibo, but he's a pretty decent card for the deck. I'm not going to talk too much about him, but yeah, you run him as a 3 of. Next up, we run the card that I really is the reason why I wanted to build this deck in the first place, because it's kind of fun to play around with. And that's Abyss Actor Comic Relief. So, two important things about this card. Number one is the fact that he is a high scale. That's important. The deck really needed it for the bigger monsters they have in their deck. So being a level 8 scale is important. Number two, he allows you to pop your Abyss scripts, or I should say in other words, have your opponent pop your Abyss scripts to get their additional effects off, which is really nice and really important, because that was one thing I didn't like about the deck. I looked at the deck when it first came out. It has potential, but you have no way for making your opponent necessarily, for the a good part, to have them pop your own cards. Now you have this card, it makes it much more, I don't want to say better or easy, I would say easier to do it. More, not so much a gimmick, but it's still kind of a gimmick, but like, it's much more reliable to some degree, quote unquote. But I definitely like him for that reason. He's very useful for the deck. So it helps you pop your Abyss scripts, and a level 8 scale is important. Then we also run one Abyss Actor Trendy Understudy. This guy, before Comic Relief came out, was really good because he had a level 8 scale, but Comic Relief is a little bit better for the other reasons I stated. But we still run one Abyss Actor Trendy Study. Pretty decent card. We also run one Sassy Rookie. He's pretty decent, pretty good. And we also run one Abyss Actor Evil Heel. He's a big beater. He's your big boy for the deck, but he also has some decent effects. Again, high levels help you go for BLS as well, so do keep that in mind. Then we run your basic Pendulum stuff here, which we're going to get into right now. 3 Chronograph Sorcerer. You guys know what Chronograph Sorcerer does. I'm not going to go into detail. We also run one Time Gazer Magician as well, so just chuck that in there as well. Next, we run the Supreme King engine as well, which is nice, just adds consistency to the deck. The fact that the deck technically does not rely a lot on a normal summon makes this card really nice and neat, and I like it for that reason, so definitely that. And we run the one big donut as well. I like calling it the donut, even though I would never eat that thing, but the Supreme King Gate 0 we run as well in the deck. But this is really nice for a normal summon because the deck technically doesn't rely too heavily upon it. Next, we run the Field Spell and one Terraforming. You want to get to this card as soon as possible, but having multiple in an opening hand is not fun, but it's very essential to how the deck functions, and it's very nice to have, I should say. And so that's why I run this card as a 3 of, in addition to the one Terraforming as well. Next, we run 3 Abyss Script Rise of the Abyss King. Now, before I get into talking about the Abyss scripts, I'm going to say this. So when I was creating this deck and building this deck, I can be honest with you, and talking with people that had played this deck over the past year as well, just for fun online, everyone and their mother runs different ratios and different Abyss scripts for different reasons. I'm going to be completely honest with you. Every lineup, every deck profile I looked at, every person I talked to, and even playtesting myself, ran different ratios of Abyss scripts. I saw people run 1 of this. I saw people run 2 of it. I saw people run 3 of it. And that goes for every Abyss script. I'm not joking. I saw people run 1 of every Abyss script, even the ones that are not so great. I saw people run 2 of every Abyss script, and taking up literally half of their their deck. And I'm just sitting here going, I don't know. Let me play with the deck. So what I've played with was the hardest thing to come up to a proper ratio, but at the end of the day, this is what worked out for me. All right, so I just want to say that before I get into any more of the deck. So for right now, I'm running a 3 Abyss King, the Rising. Really good card, really awesome, but I like it as a 3 of in the deck. You could run 2 in the deck. I would not run 1 because it's still a pretty dang good card, but I run 3 at the moment. Next up, I run 2 Abyss Script Romantic Terror. Some people run 1 of this, some people run 2 of it. Up to you. I like it as a 2 of. In addition to that, I also run 2 Abyss Script opening, 1 Abyss opening ceremonies, and 1 Abyss Script. I can never pronounce this one properly. Absentainment. I can't pronounce it. So One of them is like a soul charge, and the other one's just a decent card, a pretty good card overall. If your opponent pops it, it's a soul charge type of card. But like I said, I've seen different ratios. I've seen 1, 2, 3, 3, 3, 3. I mean, I don't know. Like, I've play tested the deck, and this is the ratio I came up with, and it works fine for me. So if you're more of an Abyss, Abyss Actor player, and you know more, and you like running a certain ratio, be my guest. But for me, play testing this deck, talking to people about it, these are the ratios I came down to at the end of the day. So, yeah. I just want to say that, because that was the hardest thing to come up with, is the ratios for the Abyss scripts, because they were all over the place. And I play test. That was the main thing when I was play testing, was the ratios I wanted to run. So I wanted to make that a point. Let's go into the extra deck. We got our blue, our Field Center. We run our 1 heavy Electromite. You guys know Pendulum decks run this forever. Link Karibo for your extras, just in case you need to make it. Wee Witch's Apprentice. You could run Beat Cop. I just cannot find my Beat Cop currently, but I decided to run Underclock Taker because it's been really helpful right at the moment. A little bit of a Nightmare package, just in case, Unicorn, Cerberus, Unicorn, yada, yada, yada. You guys know what these cards do. Then we run Zephyr Metaltron, staple in just about any Pendulum deck. Also, we run the Blackluster Soldier of Chaos. I also run Sayuja. You could run Borolo, you could run Savage Dragon, it's up to you, but I've been trying out Sayuja because I want to get to my combo stuff as soon as possible. I also just run some rank 4s as well, Castel and Tornado Dragon, just because they're helpful. I also run Naruto. Yes, I said Naruto. I know I did. Naruto, but I always call it Naruto. Naruto, the moral leader. This guy is in case your Chronograph sorcerers are on the field and they're dead. And then we also run Odd Eyes Absolute Dragon and Odd Eyes Vortex Dragon, which are just nice to have in general, just in case you're able to make them. So you have the options, and like I said, your level 7s are pretty important because you can either go use this or you can use this. So yeah, very nice to have in that aspect. So I hope you guys all enjoy this deck profile. Like I said, this deck is really fun to play with. I've really enjoyed playing with it over the course of the last 2.5 weeks almost now. But does it still need playtesting? Probably. But does the deck function well and do well? Yeah, definitely. Like, it's a fun deck to play, and it's very, very cheap and very, very budget. Like, I'd say in total the main deck cost me, like I said, it cost me nothing. But like, I mean, I would say it probably cost like 20, 30 bucks total if you actually wanted to build it. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the deck profile. Go Abyss Actors. They're really fun to play. They're very unique. I'll say that. I like their gimmick. But till next time, guys, take care. Have fun dueling. Good luck dueling. If you like this video, please leave a like and remember to subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you guys next time. Good luck dueling to all of you.